What's happening, guys? Jason with 316, and we're back with some Buick action. And what we're going to be doing today is fixing the stereo system on this car. And as you can see, we got an original Delco system, and while the amp is still clicking on, I'm not hearing anything. Nothing's coming through the speakers. The tape deck has been broke since '94, and yeah, we got to update this thing to a more modern Bluetooth solution. Now, Chevrolet used a weird system back in the day. It was DIN and a half. They didn't have double DIN, they didn't have single DIN. So you can get an adapter for it, but it never really looks quite right. So what I have done is I've gone to a place called RetroSound. And they sell a modern version of a factory radio. So as you can see, it looks basically the exact same as what we got here. And we're going to be putting this thing together and installing it. So it's a little weird to have a radio with some assembly required. But we'll figure it out as we go here. And this will update it to a modern Bluetooth sound system. And it should integrate just fine into the factory setup, or at least that's the hope. So, basically we got two boxes here, and I've already just got the plastic stuff out. You've got a box here that does something or the other. I'm sure this is your actual amplifier, and that is your face plate right here. But it would help to read the instructions. So, doesn't seem all that hard. So these are our radio knobs with our little standard RJ45 or whatever phone cable. So we're gonna go ahead and grab these guys, and I'm gonna need both hands to do this, but I'll get this assembled and we'll go from there. Okay, so after assembly we're left with something that looks a little bit like that, and again looks something like that. Pretty good, close to factory fit. Now, according to this thing, we got to take our little box here and plug this guy in right there. Like that. And then top shaft goes over here, and bottom shaft goes over there. Okay, so that should be the assembly of it. Okay, so it's our 9:30 seconds, and it's just a couple of screws right here. And while I'm in here, I gotta look at my climate control again because it was working, but now it's back on defrost when it shouldn't be. So we'll deal with this. That screw down there. And the reason we're doing the radio right now is because the door panel's still off, and I don't know if that speaker's any good. This car used to have a really, really good sound system in it for the day, better than most moderns, but it's been sitting up for a while, and if I have to change those speakers out, I sure don't want to have to pull the door panel again. Now, this guy should just pull right on out of there. As you can see, it's had a pretty bad time throughout its life. Gotta have to undo those connections. Now, that leaves me with something that looks a little bit like this. Now, this is where things get a little bit on the interesting side, because I have a buttload of different setups here. Now, I bought this specifically for this car, so I'm hoping that whatever's in here will match directly up to the factory wiring, so I don't have to worry about it, but that's what we're fixing to open up and find out. Okay, yeah, so a little bit of rat's nest of wiring because this thing fits so much stuff, but this guy right here hooks up to the back, and then these two guys hook up here and here, which gives us access to all our speaker wiring and everything else. Now, the actual vehicle specific part is right here. So this guy hooks up to those three, and it gives you a full wiring diagram. And it's basically just match the colors up. and go from there. And then antenna hooks up here, which is up under there, and then that plugs into here, and then it's just about mounting. Okay, we moved over here to the workbench so you can kind of see what's going on. This is the only shoddy piece I've seen on this. The actual clamp part of it was not clamped down on it, but everything else has been pretty dang simple on it. I got the soldering iron heating up right there. I got solder. I got heat shrink going. A lot of people will do this with clamps or the stay-on connectors. I used to be that guy, but it's honestly a lot easier to just solder everything up and make it look a lot more professional and much more secure on the connections. So I'll go ahead and put that guy back in there and see if I can't clamp this down on it. And we're going to take our heat shrink tubing right here and put it on each and every one of these. Okay, so son of a, that would be a hot soldering iron. Yeah, there we go. Nice little blister forming on there. I challenged Houston Jones to do that because it sucked. Anyway, pay attention when messing with hot soldering irons, kids. They are dangerous. So anyway, as I was saying, we're going to take our heat shrink tubing here and put it on all of these. And my finger is starting to burn, and really burn, which sucks. I hate being burned worse than just about anything. But anyway, just rub some dirt on it and move on. Okay, so we're going to take our wiring here, pull the ends off from it. Okay, so what we do here is we tie these together in a way that kind of works. And if it's not painfully obvious, stripe to stripe, solid to solid. And we come in with our highly functional and insanely hot soldering iron. And we just come over here like such and start getting it hot. And when it reaches the same temperature, all this will melt together. Like so. Like so. And now your connections are put together, and there goes my things because I am focusing on my finger and y'all. But anyway, that's how that goes, and then we'll just slide this stuff up and use a heat gun on it and heat shrink all this up. This is going to be a long process. Hopefully I don't burn the crap out of myself again. And as soon as I get ready to start heat shrinking, I will come back and I'll show you how the rest of it's done. But the rest of it is just exactly what I did: tie it together, solder it up. So be right back. Okie dokie, so the soldering job is now done, or at least for the speaker portion of it. So we're going to come in, we're going to get our handy dandy heat gun, flick it on, and shrink up all this heat shrink. And now we have a lovely, safe, and secure set of wiring for that. Now rinse and repeat, exact same. Okay, so we're back over here in the car. We got all of this stuff hooked up, soldered, everything's in place. And if we turn that on, should power on. There we go. So if we switch, sounds like I've got sound. It appears to be working. So I just have to set this up and test it, which I'm going to be using licensed music, so I can't play it on YouTube for you, but I will definitely inform you of how it sounds. So, alright, so it's next day now, and I've finished putting the dash back together, and that's what the final product looks like. And yeah, everything works great. Went together absolutely perfect. And one other thing I did is this car used fluorescent lighting for cool effect, and the fluorescent lighting is all burned out and nobody makes replacements. It's kind of a running theme with this car, but I went ahead and made up my own version of it and put an LED light strip on there so it lights up Park Avenue, and then of course the radio lights up to do its thing. So that's the final product, and we'll be moving on to stuff like headliner and getting the rest of the interior back together. So as always, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you enjoy these videos and you want to see more.